You know how you know when the bottom is going to fall out of a coin market? It's when a bank says, hey, you can come and buy these coins online. And everybody goes, that's a really good idea because the gold price is going skywards. And everybody at one point, when gold was close to $2,000 an ounce, decided they had to have Kruger Rands. And those nice people at FNB made it possible for you to buy them online, and they stored them for you. Well, your Kruger Rand today is worth about 12,000 Rand as opposed to the 18,000 you would have paid for it back then. Have you ever given much thought to even the coins you carry in your pocket, or the ones that you might have inherited, or the ones that are sitting in a bottom drawer next to the drachma, which might become useful again one day should Greece leave the European Union? This is The Moneymakers. I'm Bruce Whitfield. Tonight we're talking to Rhys Cullinan, who's General Manager of the brokerage division at the South African Gold Coin Exchange, and also to Glenn Schoeman, Chairman of the Gold Reef City Mint, to talk about coin collectors, numismatics. Numismatics, there we go, it's a big word. It's like asthmatic, just more profitable. You were shaking your head when I was talking about gold, the Kruger Rand at about 12,000 Rand or thereabouts. That's what it is.
Yes, most people think that with gold having, in dollar terms, come down quite a lot in the last week or two, that the price in terms of rands has also reduced a lot. But of course we have to take into account the rand-dollar exchange rate. And in fact, Kruger Rands today are just under 15. So.
Okay, I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. The last time I checked, it was a little bit more, a little bit less than that, but I'll take your word for it. You're the expert. We talk about coins, coin collectibles. People talk about Kruger Rands as being the ultimate collectible coin. The last 3 or 4 years, they've been a dog of an investment. Would anybody like to disagree?
Well, you know what, I mean, I think you take into consideration of what's been going on with the gold price, and obviously with the price heading to where it is right now. I mean, what are we on? Sort of
$1,100 an ounce.
1,100, let's say. So, I mean, we've had a massive amount of demand on Kruger Rands, to the point that we're sending out an advert in the papers to actually try and attract people to sell their Kruger Rands through to us. So we're actually struggling to keep up with the demand.
But why? Are people losing their marbles? Are they worried that this is the end of the world? The last 5 years have been probably the worst 5 years in recent history for Kruger Rand performance.
Well, the thing is, I think the way to look at it is it's not the only be-all and end-all investment.
No, we're talking about Kruger Rands now. We'll talk about the others.
We'll talk about Kruger Rands. Yeah. And Kruger Rands is not the be-all and end-all of your investment, but it is a safe part to hold a certain chunk of your wealth.
But I disagree that it's safe. It's been such a lousy performer. It doesn't provide a dividend. You keep it in your safe at home at risk. You then keep it in the bank. So what's the point of owning the Kruger Rand when you could simply own the ABSA New Gold ETF? It has the same value in a safe as a Kruger Rand.
Which people can't keep up with the amount that they're trying to sell off at the moment in the ETF. Because it's paper gold versus physical gold. And I think there's always going to be that draw card of wanting the luster and to be able to hold it.
You hold it in your hand at home, you run the risk of it being taken away from you.
No, Bruce, I have to disagree. No. Most big dealers today will offer you a situation where you buy Kruger Rands from us, we put them into safekeeping for you, and you don't run the risk of holding the stuff under your bed in the suitcase.
What is the point, though? Okay, so let's get to the point then of holding the physical Kruger, having you hold the Kruger Rand on my behalf, which I can't see, I can't feel, I can't pick it up and flick. I wish you guys had brought a Kruger Rand so I could have done that with it and show off. But there is the theft risk, of course, associated with it. But having you look after my Kruger Rand for me, or me just simply having a stockbroker look after a piece of paper with New Gold ETF written on it?
Well, with gold coins and Kruger Rands, you're holding ownership of that Kruger Rand. With an ETF, you're holding a percentage.
I have a piece of paper which represents a value of gold. Same thing.
Do you believe that is exactly the value of the gold, and that the exact value of the gold is
I
owned?
most certainly do. And that's why I love the look and feel of the Kruger Rand. It is a beautiful and wonderful and wondrous thing. It makes you feel good to hold one in the palm of your hands. Let's talk about investable coins then. We're going to disagree on Kruger Rands. Tell me about investable coins, because the world of stamp collecting, the world of art collecting, and the world of rare and collectible coins is a fascinating one. Are there collectible South African coins other than veldponde, which go back to the days of Kruger himself?
Nice to hear that you know about the veldponde, Bruce. That's wonderful. So you are.
Never seen one. I wish you'd brought one.
We should have brought one. I've got a couple that have brought for you.
I can't get the insurance for those.
No, there are most definitely there are coins that were minted in South Africa that are going to be, and some that are very, very valuable as well.
What is the most valuable? We know the penny black is the most valuable South African stamp ever printed, because there are very, very few known penny blacks in the world. Coin-wise?
Coin-wise, I would go at this point in time and say the very first coins minted in this country to be used as legal tender currency were the Burgers Ponder. They were minted in 1874 for President Francois Burgers. They had his image on. Very few of them minted. There were less than 800 minted, right? No, about 850 odd minted.
Is that all?
That's all. That's not a lot. So if we have a look at values of coins, there are two particular things that will determine the value of a coin. Firstly, its rarity or scarcity, and thereafter the condition of that coin. Now, if you had to be so lucky as to have acquired a Burgers Pond, let's say 15, 20 years ago, you would probably have paid somewhere between 25 and 50,000 Rand for it, which 20 years ago was a lot of money.
That's a big spread, though. I
It
mean,
is.
why is there such a big spread on the value of a coin, 25 to 50,000 Rand 20 years ago? One would hope there'd be a market price for it.
Yes, except, as I said, the condition of the coin. You
Okay,
get different
so that's
grades of
important,
coins. So
right.
a top quality coin 20 years ago would have cost you 50,000.
One that somebody kept in a silk purse for 150
Something like
years
that.
would be more valuable.
Right now, if we look at those same coins, in fact, I've got something here on my pad that I could show you. Right now, there are available two of the finest known Burgers Ponder in the world that are on the market, and they are for sale.
Where are they for sale?
They're in this country.
Okay.
They're held by one of the local dealers here.
Okay.
And in fact, if you think about 50,000 Rand 20 years ago, you're now looking at, for this pair of coins, one is a fine beard, which was the one variation, the other one is a coarse beard, which was the rarer variation.
So a different mint, a different press?
Correct.
Oh,
No,
that's
a different dye that was used.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And you're looking at something around about 10 million Rand for those two coins today. And when I first thought of it, a lot of people say that's unrealistic. Not at all. For two rare coins in that quality, 10 million Rand is a good deal.
How is the market going to determine that value, though, Rhys? Because do you go to auction with it, or is it done in a private sale? How is it done?
It's supply and demand, and yes, absolutely. From an auction perspective, you take, if for example, any of the ZAR coins, and you take it over to London and put it on auction at Christie's, you fetch top dollar. So it is purely based on it is a collector's market.
So, but how do you come to the price that you believe that they'll be worth 10 million Rand? Will you do it at auction, or will you do it as a private sale?
Well, it's up for private sale right now. Okay.
You got a picture?
Yes, sure.
Okay, pass it over. Pass it over. I'm going to hold that up to camera. But there's also the issue of fakes, of course, and in the world of collectibles, there are always going to be fakes. I'm hoping the camera will pick that up.
Yeah.
So the fine beard and the rough beard, I can't tell the difference. Which is which? Which one is that?
That's the fine beard.
That's the fine beard, and the one on the right is the coarse beard. If you know what you look for, you'll pick it up immediately.
Okay, right. It's extraordinary.
It's a matter